Okay, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Reza Fahmi. In here, I will teach you guys about reading a poetry. Without any further ado, let's begin our our class. Um, Reading poetry is not like reading in general. When reading poetry, you have to pay attention for several important things such as expression, stress word, pronunciation, and intonation. Expression is a facial mimic that is made according to a certain stanza, which depend on the content and tone of the poem to be delivered. Poetry that tell a story of sadness, the facial expression must be sad, as well as the poem tell of joy, the facial expression must be look happy. The stress word in reading poetry is necessary to pay attention for the to the pressure of the strong and weak tone of certain word. Um, each word sometimes has a different stress. Usually, the more important the word, to the stronger the emphasis. The third is pronunciation. Pronunciation is clarity on pronouncing every word and letter. In reading articulation poetry, it must be clear. If you if you are not if you are not fluent in the delivery of each word, the poetry cannot be captured by listener to the maximum. And the last is intonation. Um, Intonation is the rise and fall of tone in poetry reading. Um, just like other elements, intonation is equally important. This is because the intonation that will determine all the listener feels about the poem and will give beauty to the poem that does it read. Next. Okay. In this session, I will read a poem as an example for you. Entitled Memories. Memories. I walk along I walk along the street of the capital. Sometimes I think many small things can evoke memories. Brings flashback of sweet and sad thing. I saw the sky in Jakarta was already dark. This afternoon, I look at the rows of memories, which make me miss people in the past. Something like that. I'm not sure it's true or not. Um, and in this session, I will ask you to read the poems that I have displayed on the slide. Dini, can you read it? Um,
Of course, sir. The sun is shining. The sky is blue. The birds are flying. And the breeze is so cool. Mother Nature is trying her best to give nothing but beautifulness. But what do we do? Make her a mess. Let's make her the best by polluting less and less and preserve her green dress for our kids and the rest.
that's great. Sounds so awesome. Um, okay, in this Q&A session, you guys can ask me anything about poetry. Maybe Dini, you can. Do you want to ask something?
Yeah. Actually, I want to ask Why is reading poetry different from reading as usual? What is the difference between
Uh,
poetry and reading?
okay. Actually, poetry, poetry is like music, also serves to convey feelings and emotions. So reading the poems is followed by appreciation in all the stanzas. The way of reading it should be not monotonous and not boring. If you read a if you read a story, you can read it monotonously and only appreciate certain stanza. You can try. You, you can try with a poem I gave you earlier, but you read it like a book, like a story. It will be very strange. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, who else? Anyone else? Uh,
And if someone writes a poetry, uh, what purpose does the person write a poetry?
um. Okay. Writing poetry is. I think writing writing poetry is a means to express ideas, thoughts, criticism, anger, to advise on various aspects of life or of life around you. Such as a social, cultural, economic, and political aspect. This sharpens the ability to think critically and empathize with the environment. In addition, people who write poetry are usual to express their heart, to convey something that cannot be said directly, for for satisfaction, pleasure, and inner peace, to convey his imagination. Okay, if don't wanna ask again, um, okay, I think it's enough for this lesson. After this meeting, I want you guys to make study group to study together. Because the next meeting I will set assess you one by one when reading poetry. Thank you for joining. See you. Um, man, stop gimana?